Welcome to your mat. Let's begin in a seated position, closing the eyes, stacking the crown of the head above the tail, and tuning inward to notice what's there. Dive in as well to the breathing, allowing it to lengthen out and really staying with it all the way in and all the way out. And if it's natural enough, you can add that layer of friction sound at the back of the throat for Ujjayi breath. Establishing an internal rhythm that can carry you through the practice. Continue this style of breathing, but we're going to move into a pranayama exercise, a breath control exercise. That's a version of Dirga Pranayama, which is expansive breath, an expanding breath. So it'll be a 4 count in, a 4 count out. We'll do that for 4 cycles. And then we'll jump to 6 count in, 6 count out for 4 cycles. After that, you'll have a chance to do the count that feels best in your body, whatever that might be. So take a round of natural breathing first, in and out. All the way out, engaging the belly, drawing it back to the spine. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4 to 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last time. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now continue 4 rounds of breathing at a count that feels very comfortable in your body. Finishing your last cycle here, just making note of that count. Just keep a rhythm in the breath. We'll draw the right hand to the left shoulder and let it anchor down as you drip the right ear to the right shoulder. Take a moment breathing to the spaces that are opening. You can always play with the angle so you find the most fruitful place for you. Lifting the head back up, Release that arm. Left hand to the right shoulder, anchor it down. Left ear drips to left shoulder. You can close the eyes, tune into where the opening is occurring. Keep giving over to gravity, inviting ease into the body. A last moment here. And then inhale the head back up to neutral. Relax both hands, tip your fingers back, extend the legs just so you can recross them the opposite way. And we'll sit up tall and find a twist to your right. And the left hand can be placed at the right knee as you look over the right shoulder. Breathing tall from crown to tail. Exhaling from the ground to the crown. Back to neutral, breathe tall. Take your twist to the left, right hand to left knee as you look over left shoulder. And staying upright in the spine. And as you exhale, it's a good opportunity to draw energy from the earth through Mula Bandha, the root lock, into the belly lock. And then back through to neutral. Let's extend the legs one more time. And then send the feet off behind you, meeting on all fours. From all fours, spin the fingers to face your knees. If that's too much, you can always take your fingers wide instead. You're going to tuck all 10 toes underneath and send your body weight backward. So we're getting a big opening for the feet, the wrists, the forearms, even into the palms and the fingers. Allow the head to drape so the neck is soft. And dropping in every time you can into the rhythm of breathing. Observing the body as it shifts for you, as it changes. And climb back up to tabletop and send the fingers forward, untucking the toes. Place the left hand underneath your nose, sweep the right arm up toward the sky, and then exhale, thread the needle, send the shoulder down, left palm to right palm, rest the right cheek. You can stay right here, or if it's comfortable, wrap this left arm around your low back, maybe snuggling in to the hip crease, but keep as soft a neck as you can. Again, breathing the length of the spine. And unwind the left hand to the ground, sweep the right arm all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to the mat, cat pose, empty out, tuck chin, tuck tail. Inhale, arch and open, cow. Back to neutral spine. Place the right hand in the middle, sweep the left arm up and open. Send the left arm underneath for thread the needle, shoulders down, right hand to left palm, left cheek resting. If it's comfortable for you, you wrap that right arm right behind your back, snuggle the fingers in where you want to. It's a mild, sweet sort of twist. A nice chance to introduce fluidity to the spine. And to remain in that rhythm of breathing. You're going to unwind, place the right hand to the ground, sweep the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to earth. Empty out, cat pose, navel powerfully to spine. Inhale, arch and open, cow. Find neutral tabletop position. Look over the left shoulder, swing the hips to the left. As you exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, ground through cat pose.
Inhaling as you look over the right, swing the hips to the right. Come up and around through cow. And then again, look over left shoulder. As you begin to exhale, take cat pose. As you start peeking to the right, you're inhaling, moving to cow. Stay in motion, looking left. Exhale, cat. Looking right. Inhale, cow. Couple more this direction. No wrong way to do it, as long as we're breathing and moving. Circle the other way. And finish one more circle. Moving into tabletop. Tuck the toes underneath. Lift your knees. Drag your hands slowly to the back of the mat where we'll dangle in forward fold with soft knees. Taking hold of the elbows. Let the neck be so loose. Let's direct this opening behind the legs. Release the arms, slide hands to shins. Lengthen out, look forward like a cow. Exhale, bow over legs, walking the hands to the top of the mat. We'll find downward facing dog and take some time to move around in it. Make it feel familiar. Once again, really connect to the breathing. Find a focal point between the feet that your eyes can land on each time you arrive. And we'll come up onto toes. Bend the knees significantly until your belly touches your thighs. Peek forward. And then step the right foot between your hands. You can help it there. Inhale to flat back, look forward. Hands can always be at shins. Exhale, bow down, Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, root down, rise up high, reach above you. Hands through heart. Let's come in for half salute, sweep the arms up. Hinge forward, diving down. Inhale to flat. Exhale, step back, any foot, downward facing dog. Here again, settling in, dropping right into drishti for centering. Dropping right into a rhythmic in and out breath. Come up onto toes, bend the knees a lot, belly to thighs, look forward. Step the left foot between your hands. Inhale, flat back, lengthen. Fold over legs. Root and rise, reach above. And hands through the heart. Take the hands to the waist, step feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Draw the arms wide and overhead. Then tip to the right. Right hand slides down right leg as the left arm reaches. Really rooting through the ground, through the feet. At the same time, hugging strongly back at the belly. Inhale through center. Exhale, other way. Left side, left hand slides, right arm reaches. And keep the strong connection down through right leg, hugging back at the abdomen.
Inhale up through center. Exhale, hands right through the heart. Let's take the hands to the waist, and you can step or hop your feet close together once again, inner toes touching. Relax the arms by your sides. Let's get established in Tadasana. Just feeling the whole contact of each foot. The steadiness of the legs. The work in the abdomen. And lightness in the heart and shoulders. And a reaching upward through the crown. Next, inhale, Surya Namaskar A, reach above you. Exhale, hinge forward, diving down. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Rock 3 times, using mostly feet and ankles to do it. And inhale, step to plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, half a push-up down. Exhale, like knees down, chaturanga. Drop the hips and the shoulders back, lift lightly, cobra. And then exhale, dip low, roll over knees, squeeze child's pose in here. And gripping the ground, tuck toes, come back in for downward facing dog. Handful of cycles of breath. It's connecting to each piece of you. Every finger working, every knuckle. Arms long. And step 1 inch forward. Come up onto tippy toes, bend knees significantly, look forward. And you can choose it, step or spring to the top of your mat. Flat back landing. Bow over legs, exhaling. Inhale, rise to the sky, reach above. Hands through heart. Let's come back in, Surya A, sweeping up. Exhale, hinging forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Rocking 3 times. Awaken the feet and the ankles. And you inhale, step to plank pose. Exhale, you could lower knees or come all the way to your belly. Stay strong. Lift shoulders and heart, strong belly. And roll over toes, find downward facing dog. Dropping into the rhythm. So the rhythm and the gaze become a way to reflect back into you. Stay in your center no matter what is happening externally. Step 1 inch forward, come high onto toes, bend the knees a lot, and you choose it. Step or spring your way to the top, landing with a flat back. Bow over the legs, empty out. Inhale, rise. Hands through heart. Let's do one more A, like a bodily prayer, reaching above you. Take the dive all the way down, empty out, tuck chin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or spring your way back, chaturanga if it's in the practice. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, lift the legs, shoulders back. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Landing right away. Drishti and breath. Small step forward, high on toes, bend the knees, you choose. Step or spring to the top. Flat back, bow over legs. Rise to the sky, reach. Hands through heart. Tadasana. Funky Surya Namaskar bees. So bend the knees quite a lot. Scrape fingers on the earth. Draw the belly back. Sweep the arms up high. Inhaling. Exhale. Fold over legs. Inhale. Lengthen out. Exhale. Step or float back through Vinyasa. Inhaling, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg up high. Place this foot between your hands. Ground the back heel, big arms, get you to peaceful warrior, just a single breath in with it. Exhale, roll the hands down and around. Take the flow that suits you. You can always skip these vinyasas and move right into downward facing dog instead. Sweep the left leg high. Exhale, step between the hands. Ground the back heel, rise up, big arms, peaceful warrior, open heart. Exhale, roll it down. Wipe your slate clean. Vinyasa flow. Staying connected to what's happening in the belly and what the shoulders are saying to you. Again, sweep the right leg high. Place this foot between your hands. Ground the back heel, peaceful warrior. Inhaling. Exhale, roll it down and around. Any style vinyasa will do. Even a three-legged flow is very welcome. Dropping the foot before upward dog. Exhaling to downward facing dog. We'll sweep the left leg high. Exhale, foot between the hands. Ground back heel, peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Exhale, roll it down and around. Your flow, your way. Stay with the rhythm in your breathing. There is no urgency here. Just keep moving at your pace. Last time, sweep the right leg high. Same exact thing on each side, so take over. Move at your breathing pace. Back to downward facing dog, 3 breaths, or knees down. Small step forward, up on toes, bend the knees a lot, peek forward, and step or spring to the top of the mat. Lengthen out, fold over legs. Finish with chair, bent knees, sweep the arms up high for 3, 2, 1. Stand up tall, relax the arms, hands to the waist. Step feet hips distance apart, draw the elbows back, lift the chest. And take a fold. We're going to step right on the hands. You can always bend the knees to do it. Fingers face the heels. You can step as high as the hip crease or wrist crease. Lengthen the spine. Bow all the way in. This is pressing down through the feet to lift up through sitting bones. Staying connected to the root lock, lifting. Use that to find length through the torso. Inhale, lengthen, and release the hands. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale all the way up. Find your neutral spine. We'll release the arms. Keep the feet close together. They don't have to be touching. Place the hands back on the waist. You're going to root firmly through your right foot, shifting weight toward it, lifting the left knee up and toward the belly button. Establish this strong foundation, squeezing inward to lift upward. And you'll take a giant step back for warrior 1 as slowly as you can. That right knee can always bend. Arms can reach back for help. We'll set the back heel down, swim the arms up toward the sky, and stay for 5 breaths. A little buoyancy in the legs and hips. So you're relying on your musculature, not sitting heavy in the hip sockets. Still, the belly is connecting back toward the spine. And on an exhale, hinge forward, interlace fingers, just empty out, get to the very bottom, humble warrior. Inhale, big arms open out, warrior two. Here again, 5 breaths. Let's point the fingers up, spread the base of the palms outward. Fall right into the focal point. Inner thighs moving outward. On an inhalation, lengthen arms, lengthen legs, reach above you. And then open arms out wide. Find Trikonasana. Reach to the front and down to shin, ankle, maybe even big toes. The left arm lifts up. And gaze up if it's comfortable in the neck. Drawing shoulders down and away from ears. Hug the belly back to lengthen the spine. You can stay right here or wrap that left arm around your low back, snuggle in somewhere good. Take a peek down at the ground. We're going to soften your left or right knee, heel toe the left foot in as we build Halfmoon Post. So this right finger set comes out in front of the right shoulder or underneath the right shoulder. Transfer weight to right foot as you lift the leg up to parallel with the ground. If this arm variation isn't working, you can always reach the left arm up toward the sky. Otherwise, keep it there. Stay connected and aware through both feet. Hardly matters what they're doing as long as they're alive. You can draw a line from right foot right to your belly. Good. You're going to make this side angle pose. So start to bend the right knee, step back with the left foot. Could be right forearm to thigh. If it works for you though, take your right hand to the ground outside your right foot. Look behind the left shoulder. Hugging muscle to bone at the legs. And stay right here or add some core work. Reach this right arm forward, palm would face up. And just staying for 3 Ujjayi breaths. Find those exhales, the grittiness there. Last one. Inhale, keep these arms, come up to peaceful warrior, but we'll straighten the right leg. And then soften the right knee, roll hands down, clear this out. Vinyasa flow or come right in for downward facing dog. You want to go through those 3-legged flows, even a chin stand, hopping the back foot in, lifting up. You're very welcome to do that, but depends on the day, depends on desire. We'll meet back at downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. Up on toes, bend the knees, step or spring, top of the mat. Lengthen out. Fold over legs. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. For 3, 2, 1. Stand up, Tadasana. Hands to the hips. Separate the feet just a little bit. Get firm through both legs. Find a focal point. Transfer weight to the left foot. Lift the right knee up toward the belly. Alive even through the right foot. Find the stability. And this becomes a warrior 1. So how slowly can you do it? Left knee bends, softens. Right leg reaches back as the arms reach back for assistance. That right foot steps to the ground, back heel lands, the arms reach up toward the sky. 5 magnificent breaths right here. It's connected everywhere. It's the pressing down through the feet that helps us lift through the heart. length and strength through the arms, softness in the shoulders. So many options here. So go with what's intuitive in your arms. As long as there's energy there, you're good. Next, big exhale, hinge forward, interlace, humble warrior. Just get to the very bottom, empty out utterly. Inhale up for warrior two. At warrior two, gazing past the left fingers, we'll reach the fingers up on both hands, bases of the palms reaching out. You can really actively be pressing the nails of the fingers toward your ears, toward your face. Spreading the limbs out. And at the same time, there's an energy that draws into the center line, always. Inhale, lengthen arms, lengthen legs, reach up. Exhale, open arms out wide, find Trikonasana. Left hand to shin or below, maybe even big toes. The right arm reaches up, can look up. But keep making the shoulders, the neck happy. Stay aware of the belly. So it would be better to stay high up on the shin if that keeps the abdominal connection than it would be to come all the way down. It's not about the depth, it's about the integrity, of course. Stay in your rhythm. And if it works for you, wrap the right arm around your low back. Stay here again, both shoulders wrapping onto the back body. So you stay long through the spine. And take a peek down in front of the left pinky toe. Soften the left knee to build Halfmoon Pose, maybe with this arm variation. Heel toe the back foot in, left hand out, 8-10 inches in front of the foot, off to the left a few inches so it lands underneath your shoulder. Build that good foundation on left foot and fingertips, and then lift the right leg to parallel with the earth. Ideally stacking the right hip on the left. And to find that nice alignment, be willing to fall out and wobble. Distribute awareness through the body. Next shape is side angle. So we'll soften this left knee, take a giant step back. You can always take left forearm to thigh, but if it works in your body, left hand to the outside the foot. Point the tail to your right heel. And look beyond the right shoulder. You can stay right here if that feels good. If you want core work, let's lift that left arm forward, railroad tracking the ear line, palm faces up, sounding breaths. 2 more of them. Reach long, and then up. Peaceful warriors. Keep these arms straight in the left leg. And then soften the left knee. Roll the hands down and around. Take your flow or meet in downward facing dog. If you want to do chin stand, chin comes in or down. Right toes in, little kick up. Maybe a switch of the legs. Find the up dog. And downward facing dog. Let's get 3 more breaths here. Set the knees all the way down. Reach the arms forward. Puppy pose or Anahatasana, melting the chest. Keep the hips aligned above your knees. If this is difficult, take the arms a little wider. You can soften the elbows. If you need more from it, be on the fingertips. Lift the elbows and the creases of the elbows forward.
halfway there. As you crawl back in, take a child's pose in between. Relax the arms by the sides of your body, the shoulders rest heavy. Let's place the hands underneath the shoulders, taking a slow roll up to sit. I'm going to prepare for a camel before our next flow sequence. So we'll come high onto the knees. If you're taking it easy today or camel just feels uncomfortable, that back bend, tuck your toes, take your hands to the small of the back, pressing the sacrum down and the tail down, drawing the belly back as you lift your heart to the sky. This is a perfectly good place to develop a more comfortable camel or to tend to a sore back. But if you're still feeling good and you'd like to take it farther, tip back away, send one hand to the ankle, then the other. Lift the heart like mad and let the head drop back. Stay for 3 breaths, still connected to the abdomen. If you can, come symmetrically up on an inhalation. The heart takes you up, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Empty cats and cows. Take 2 full rounds of them. You are pacing. Exhaling. Inhale. Neutral spine. Walk the hands forward. Tuck the toes. Come back to downward facing dog. Okay, establish some symmetry. We'll sweep the right leg up high. Open the hip. You can bend the knee, keeping both arms long and strong. Stay active through the right foot, long through the tailbone. On an exhale, right knee taps left armpit. Really zip up to do it. Empty like a cat pose. Then inhale, sweep back out behind. Come back in, right knee to left tricep. This time, kick the foot off to the side. Left arm rolls up, back heel rolls down. We get this fallen triangle. Now you can stay here or try hovering the right foot about a foot or 2 above the ground for 3, 2, 1. Set the foot back down. Left hand rolls to the ground. The back heel comes up. Lift the right knee to the chest as you rock to left side plank, pointing the right knee up to the sky and right hand to the inner right knee to help peel it open. Bottom foot can be right on the ground. Stay connected to belly. 2 options. One is wild thing. One is sit it out by taking the right foot down and hanging out until we meet together. Otherwise, right foot behind you, open out. The exhale and the way we meet is pigeon. So tuck the right knee right behind the right wrist, right foot in front of left hip crease. Slide the left leg back. You can check on it. Toes point backward. Lift the heart. And find your way in forward. This is the time to release into the ground. And if that's feeling impossible, definitely cushion underneath your right seat. It really is worth it. Or take a pillow or bolster underneath your chest. This will be 1 more minute of hold. You're welcome to keep it exactly as it is, or to walk your body off toward the left in the direction of that right foot. Sort of subtle deepening. Take it slow, walk back to center, we'll all climb onto hands. Lift and spread through your heart if you wish to. Take the sides of the mat, grab hold of them, and as you reach back and pull forward, send the heart up toward the sky. Stay long through the tail as long as you can, hugging the low belly backward. Find your neutral spine. Let's tip weight over to the right. We're going to send the left knee forward. Now, if that doesn't work in your knee, take a cross-legged seat here. Otherwise, it's that half hero leg. One foot is bent or knee is bent. One more option is to take it into half lotus. In any case, we're going to sit up tall, take a twist to the right. And some of you will be able to bind that. Right arm wraps around. We don't get caught up with the binds. You just sort of see if it's working in your body. Hug the belly backward as you look past that right shoulder. Using the breath to facilitate these opening channels through the body. And take a counter twist. Face it forward, help the right leg to extend, tip to the right, extend the left leg, and draw the knees into your chest, cross the shin bones, and then roll through to downward facing dog. You can certainly take a vinyasa if that's calling you. From dog pose, sweep the left leg high. Let the hips stack, bend the knee. Both arms stay long. Belly still draws back, so the tail is fairly long, or the low back. Left knee to right armpit as you exhale, really round the spine. It's kind of like a cat feeling. Sweep the leg back out behind. One more time to fall in triangle though. Knee taps right tricep, kick the foot off to the side. You could stay there or ground the back heel, roll the right arm open. If that's gone well and you want a little more, hover the left foot, foot or two above the ground for 3. Left side waist cinches up. And 1. Left knee bends into the chest, right hand lands. Roll over to right side plank. Okay. You can always step the foot down. Otherwise, knee points up to the sky. Take the left hand to the inner knee, point it way up there. Stay connected to belly. 2 options. One is wild thing, other is come down, set the knee down or the foot down, take a rest. Open it up if you're willing. Still drawing the low navel center backward. And then unwind it all the way in for Pigeon Pose. Left knee behind the left wrist. Foot swings off to the right. Back up to send the right leg behind. Point the toes behind. One little tinker. Take a tiny twist to the left. So left hip hugs back, right hip hugs forward. Open the chest. And hinge down. Find what feels like the bottom to you. And direct breath into that threshold. Almost a minute more. this is that you can always pause and linger a little longer if that would serve you best. Of course, it's harder to stay motivated sometimes if the teacher's not there with you. So it's got to come from a deep internal place. And it's worth it. You can stay right here or work your way over to the right. Find that extra opening. And come back through center, walk back up onto hands. You can pause here or take your hands to the sides of the mat. Of course, any back bend is very welcome, but lift your chest, drop the tail, hug the belly strongly back. See if you can really lift your heart away from your hands. Neutral spine, tip weight to your left as you bend the right knee in like a half hero pose. That's not working. Cross into a cross-legged seat. You can stay right here or add the half lotus if that works in your body. Of course, nothing forced. We'll sit up tall, find a twist to the left, looking past that left shoulder. Only if it's appropriate today, wrap the left hand around your back. Find your bind. Drawing the belly back. It's lifting from the earth. Take the counter twist. Facing forward, extend your left leg, tip to the left, extend the right leg. One more vinyasa here. Bend the knees, cross the shin bones, roll over legs. Take the flow, any flow you want to. Upward dog, don't rush through it. Downward facing dog. We'll step or hop right through to sit down and then actually lie down. Let's take this next minute or two to do an inversion. So I'm going to do shoulder stand today. Please, of course, feel free to work on or be in any inversion that suits you. If you're taking shoulder stand, hands can be down by your sides. Lift your knees into your chest and use momentum to lift the legs up and above you. Plough pose, feet behind the head. You can rock side to side, sending the shoulders under your body. If it works, interlace the fingers. Get the shoulders even farther under, not moving the neck. Unlacing hands, place the hands on the low back or mid back and lift the legs up toward the sky. Find a focal point at the toes or in between them. And figure out how straight, like an arrow, you can be. The belly informing the curvature of the spine, keeping the lumbar curve
pretty mild. Got 10 more breaths in shoulder stand. And those of you who'd like to play with it, of course, can lift one arm. If that's gone well, lift the other. And return to shoulder stand. If you took unsupported, send the legs back into Plough Pose, this time toenails to the ground for Plough B. Work the feet fairly far away, as long as that feels safe through the neck. And maybe interlacing hands behind you. You can find a little more space, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let's go for 5 more breaths here. Come out, unlace hands, bend the elbows, support yourself with the low back. I'm going to invite you to come into bridge pose right from here. So I'll show what that looks like, but it may be that you're going to roll out, come all the way down, and then set up for bridge. But if you'd like to give it a go, or maybe you do it all the time, I don't know, take hold of your low back. Send one leg to the front of the mat. Bend that knee. The ground is really there beneath you. Come all the way. Left foot lands, heels down. Okay. You could interlace fingers, or some of you will take the base of the palm in toward the spine. The fingers curl out around toward the sides of the waist. Okay. Stay connected through the legs. It's important. And then feel free to make this an Urdhva Dhanurasana, a bow pose, planting the hands next to your ears. Another option is to come down, set your seat down, hug the knees into the chest, take a break, and then come into a second bridge pose like you were just in. Otherwise, got 3 more breaths at wheel. Do one more back bend in your practice. Okay. Could be any back bend that you've been working on or that would suit you. Wheelers, tuck the chin, come slowly down when you're ready. Everyone hug the knees into the outer ribs. Keep the sacrum planted on the ground so you can rock side to side. Gather the knees together, send them off to the left. Anchor the right shoulder down and enjoy this sweet twist as the closing part of our practice. Knees come back through center. Take them over to the right. Anchor left shoulder down. Just releasing effort into the ground. Come back to center, hug the knees in one more time. Take the soles of the feet together, knees wide, grab hold of the feet, lift your nose toward your toes, keep the sacrum heavy. Lie back, split the feet for happy baby. If it feels appropriate, rock a little side to side. And one last shape is to extend both legs off to the sides, assuming you have room. You can always move the grip if it no longer works, and you can always bend the knees if it doesn't quite work. I was just looking for these inner thighs as a last opening before we find Shavasana. Draw the knees back in, and now we've found it, a final relaxation pose, sending the limbs long, sending the arms out, palms can face up. And we'll stay for a full 5 minutes today, remaining in heart awareness, so that the mind has a chance to kind of rest in the heart and trust the heart. Return to deeper breathing. Bringing gentle movement back, hands and feet. And rocking the head. And find your way into bigger movements like a stretch. Bend the knees, draw them in towards your chest. Roll over to one side and take this moment. And climb up for a final seat. Bringing prayer hands into the heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.